Your field experience can be one of the most exciting and challenging times of your social work education. We feel like the social work field experience is part of our signature pedagogy, meaning that it's a critical part of your educational experience. You're able to practice what you learn in the classroom out in a real life setting under the direction of a prepared social worker, which will help guide your future career and your learning experience so that when you graduate, you're really equipped with what you need to do to be able to launch your own social work career. Our field office has a number of key important individuals that it's important to get yourself familiar with. Dr. Smith is our assistant dean. We have Amy Lopez, who's our advanced MSW field advisor, Natalie Mangham, who is our BSW and foundation field advisor, and Ronnie Robinette, who works with our advanced students who live outside of the DFW Metroplex. We also have Susan Terry as our administrative assistant and a general inquiries email address and phone number. So if you have any questions, you can reach out to either your field advisor or Susan for any assistance you might need. This is a list of our Council on Social Work Education core competencies. These are the areas that you will develop competence in as you begin in the social work program, and by the time you graduate you'll be able to demonstrate competence across all of these areas through your advanced field placement. I can't emphasize enough how important it is to check your MAVS email often. This is how the Office of Field Education will communicate with you about deadlines for your field application, as well as any notices of matches that you have or acceptances or rejections. You must have a 3.0 grade point average or better to be able to enter your field placement. So you have the fall and spring semesters to be able to work on your GPA. Basically what this means is that if you have a C in a particular class, you need to make sure you balance that out with an A in another class so that you maintain that B average for the duration of the time that you're in the program, and so that you can stay on track with your cohort. You are ready to apply for your foundation field placement if you've successfully completed Social Work 5301, 5304, and 5306. You are on track with your cohort to enter the summer semester foundation field placement according to your degree plan. Your foundation field placement will consist of a split placement of a minimum of 480 hours over 2 semesters. You'll enroll in 5681 your first semester and 5281 your second semester. This is a 240 hours each of those 2 semesters. If you choose to do a block placement, you will register for both 5681 and 5281 in the same semester in the summer, and you would do a total of 480 hours over the course of 1 semester. You'll be ready for your advanced placement after you've finished all of your foundation coursework as well as your foundation field placements, and you have finished advanced micro practice 5311 and direct practice in mental health and substance abuse 5336. You can expect to be placed in an inpatient or outpatient mental health facility. You also may be placed at an MHMR, a behavioral health hospital, and any type of agency that offers substance abuse or addiction and recovery services. Your advanced field placement will be either a split or a block. You don't have a seminar that accompanies it, so you will register for 5482 and 5483 over the course of 2 semesters for a minimum of 240 hours each semester. If you do a block placement, you'll do all 480 hours in 1 semester, so you'll register for both 5482 and 5483. Your advisor will help help walk you through when to register for which course, so please don't stress too much about these details at this point. It is important, though, for you to start thinking about field now, and understand that while some placements offer hours at night and on weekends, almost none allow students to work exclusively at these times. All require that students attend supervision meetings during regular work hours. So you will be required during regular work hours to be at your placement at least part of the time. You need to start thinking about how you're going to balance this with the other things you have going on in your life, and start planning now for your field placement. We do have a planning activity on our website, and I have the link for it here. You can click on it here, or you can go into the website under the field menu and pull it up. It's a planning activity to help you identify where you will be able to sacrifice the time that you'll need to be successful in field. It's important to think about whether you need to talk with your employer at this point, and think about whether flex time might be a possibility. Maybe you need to start saving vacation days. It's just important to start thinking creatively about how you're going to make this work for your field placement, which will start next summer. In order to apply for field, you'll go through our system, which is called eIntern. You'll fill out all the application sections, and then it will be reviewed by the field office for accuracy. You'll also need to purchase liability insurance. This is insurance that will cover you while you're in your field placement in case you got sued by a client, for example. You will need to purchase this insurance because it's a requirement before you can be placed in your field placement. We have links on the website for field of different vendors that you can purchase this insurance from. It costs about $30 to $50, and it's good for 1 year after you purchase it. Once you purchase it, you will send the certificate of insurance to the field office to accompany your application, and your application will be considered complete. In terms of your match, what you can expect is that the field office will review your application, and it will match you to the agency that best meets your needs. The foundation placement will provide you with both a micro and a macro experience, meaning you'll work with individual clients as well as on larger community level issues within an agency. And your advanced placement, you will focus solely on your clinical practice with mental health or substance abuse issues. So moving forward in terms of the logistics of your placement, when you're ready, you'll submit your application through eIntern and your certificate of insurance. The field agency will then assign you an agency. The field office will assign you an agency. Once they've assigned it, you'll receive an email telling you to contact the assigned agency to set up an interview. If you go to your interview and you're accepted, the agency will then accept you in eIntern, and you will in turn accept the agency. If you're not accepted for whatever reason, maybe the hours don't work, maybe it's just not a good fit, then the agency will decline you in eIntern, and you'll go back to the field office, who will assign you a new agency. The role of the field liaison in the field process is really to serve as the instructor of record with UTA and your mediator between you and the agency as well as UTA. They will be the ones to contact the field instructor by the midterm to make sure things are going okay. They'll review your midterm and your final evaluation and assess and monitor your progress. They'll also review and sign your timesheet to look at how you're accumulating your hours. And they'll review and sign your learning contract and assign your course grade at the end of each session. If there are ever any problems, the way that you would address those problems is by first addressing your field instructor. That's the person who's your supervisor at the agency. If it's a conflict with your field instructor and you can't work it out, you'll reach out to your field liaison. And then at that point, if it escalates further, you'll reach out to your field advisor in the Office of Field Instruction. And then finally, if things escalate to the point where it needs to involve the assistant dean, you'll reach out to Dr. Smith and she'll become involved in solving the conflict. In terms of your roles and responsibilities as a student, it's important that you abide by the NASW and State Code of Ethics. These are things that should have been shared with you by your advisor. You should have a link to be able to review the NASW Code of Ethics and make sure that you're willing to abide by it throughout the duration of your experience in the program. We also expect that you will accept supervision and feedback from your field instructor, and that you will reach out to your field instructor if there's a problem and consult with the field liaison if you can't resolve that problem with your field instructor. We also expect that you'll complete your timesheets and turn them in to your field liaison. And then remind your field instructor to complete their midterm and final evaluations of you. You'll also be able to complete an evaluation of the agency and your learning experience. All the dates that are really important related to field are available on the field calendar, which is online on the School of Social Work website under field. So please check out that so that you are familiar with, deadlines and things like that, when field starts and stops and all of that sort of thing. This is my contact information. I'm Dr. Mitschke. I hope that you'll reach out to me if you have additional questions about anything I've talked about, as well as Ginger Jackson, my program assistant. We are here to help you be successful in the program. So if there's anything I can do to assist you in making the transition to graduate school smooth, then please reach out to me and I'll do what I can to assist you. Thank you so much, and go Mavericks!